Sometimes, appearing to be simple is the most strategic move someone can make to build wealth. While the world revolves around appearances, the Bible reveals that true prosperity comes from silence, wisdom, and faith. I know money is important, but more important than that is the way you build it. And this is where the ancient wisdom of the scriptures comes in. In a time when showing off is the trend, building wealth quietly might be the greatest differentiator in your life. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to show you are spiritual and practical principles that can transform not only your finances, but also your inner peace. Have you noticed that the wealthiest people are usually the ones who talk the least about it? They don't need to prove anything to anyone. While some shout about their small successes, others silently build empires that last for generations. And that's no coincidence. The Bible reveals that there's a blessing in silence, in discreet work, and in humility. While the world screams for attention, the wise grow stronger in quietness. That's why today, we're going to explore 10 biblical principles that help you build wealth quietly. And I promise you, the last tip is the foundation that holds up all the others. Let's start with number 1. Recognize the source of all provision. It all begins with a simple truth. God is the source of all wealth. When you understand that it's not just your intelligence or your effort that brings prosperity, everything changes. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." True building begins when we recognize that we are merely stewards of what God entrusts to us, and whoever is faithful with little will be given much. Humility and gratitude are the first bricks in building a life rich in purpose and blessings. Now let's move to number 2, work with diligence and excellence. The Bible doesn't romanticize work, it exalts it. Proverbs 10:4 says, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." This means prosperity doesn't come by magic, but by consistency. The secret isn't working harder than everyone else, but working better, with more wisdom, with purpose. Work in silence, deliver excellence, and let your results speak for you. Excellence attracts opportunities, opens doors, and makes you stand out, without the need to show off. Number 3, avoid ostentation and the need for approval. If there's one thing that destroys quiet wealth, it's showing off. Showing too much to prove something to others is a sign of insecurity, not success. Showing too much to prove something to others is a sign of insecurity, not success. Matthew 6:1 warns us, "Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them." True wealth doesn't need an audience. When you learn to be satisfied with what you have and stop depending on others' opinions, your mind is freed to focus on what truly matters, building a legacy, not just an image. Number 4, save and plan wisely. Proverbs 21:20 says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." In other words, the wise save. They don't spend everything they earn. They plan, anticipate, and prepare. It's not about living in fear of tomorrow, but with responsibility. Saving is an act of faith. You believe the future matters. Don't wait to have much to start saving. The secret is to start now, with what you have, quietly and with discipline. Number 5, avoid debt and live below your means. Debt is a prison that seems like freedom at first. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Every time you take on unnecessary debt, you give away a part of your freedom. Building wealth requires patience. Don't fall into the trap of seeking pleasures you can't yet afford. Live with less now so you can have more later. Silently, you will gain real freedom and wealth. Number 6, invest wisely. Multiply your talents. Jesus told a parable about a master who entrusted talents to his servants. The one who multiplied was praised. The one who buried it out of fear was rebuked. Matthew 25 teaches us that investing is an act of faith and responsibility. It's not about taking unnecessary risks, but about learning, studying and applying wisdom. Make your money work for you, even if it's little by little. Discreet, consistent, and mindful investments are seeds that grow in silence and bloom over time. Number 7, be generous in secret. The Bible teaches us that true generosity happens in anonymity. Matthew 6:3-4 says, "But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing." Generosity isn't about the spotlight. It's about the heart. And when you help someone without expecting anything in return, God rewards you. Those who sow generosity reap abundance. Being a channel of blessing in silence is one of the most beautiful and powerful ways to build a truly rich life. Number 8, seek wisdom and advice from those who have been where you want to go. Proverbs 15:22 reminds us, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed." Don't try to do everything alone. Learn from those who have made mistakes and achieved success. Read books, listen to mentors, study finances through the lens of the Word. Wisdom is one of the best investments you can make, and the best part is that no one can take it from you. And the most beautiful part is that the quieter this search is, the more fruit it will bear down the line. Number 9, cultivate contentment and inner peace. Contentment is the fertile soil where true prosperity blossoms. Or Timothy 6:17-8 says, "For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." Contentment is the antidote to unchecked consumerism. It allows you to be grateful for what you have without stopping your growth. It's knowing that peace doesn't come from the next paycheck, but from the certainty that God is in control of your life. With contentment, even wealth finds balance. And finally, for me, the most important, number 10, seek first the kingdom of God. Matthew 6:33 makes it clear, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This is the foundation of everything. If God is the center, everything else aligns. Building wealth in silence through the lens of the Bible is not about having more, but about being more integral, more wise, more generous. When you seek the kingdom first, prosperity isn't an end, but a natural consequence. And the best part is, it comes with peace, purpose, and direction. After all these 10 tips, it's clear that building wealth in silence is not about accumulating goods for vanity or proving something to others. It's about living with wisdom, purpose, and faith. The Bible shows us that true prosperity goes far beyond the balance in your bank account. It starts in the heart, moves through our daily actions, and reveals itself in the fruits we gather over time. Those who choose to follow this quiet, discreet path, but deeply aligned with God's principles, are not only building solid financial lives, but also lives with meaning, peace, and legacy. Maybe no one will notice now, but in the right time, the results will speak for you. So if you're starting from scratch, don't get discouraged. Because while the world chases fame and ostentation, you are being shaped by God for something greater, more solid and eternal. And in the end, that's what truly matters.